This is KGW News at 5.
Hey everybody, good evening and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Galen Edlin. Washington Congresswoman Jamie Herrera Butler is introducing a new law to help smaller police departments. Our Christelle Kumwe joins us live now exploring the potential impact locally. Hey Christelle.
Galen, the Invest to Protect Act focuses on police departments with 200 people or less. The legislation would provide federal funds for training, body cameras, mental health resources, as well as recruitment and retention.
The Kelso Police Department in the small rural community in southwest Washington has struggled to fill positions. They currently have 28 sworn positions, but only 23 spots filled.
Like most of the state, we're trying to recruit and fill vacancies that have been kind of an epidemic for us in the last 18 months.
Chief Dar Kirk says they've been trying to catch up for the last 3 years, but retirements, resignations, and candidates not making it through training has kept them below budgeted staffing levels.
Any incentive that we can help keep those officers even longer would be helpful for our staffing. And then recruiting new officers for our agency, any incentives would be extremely helpful.
That's one of the goals of the Invest to Protect Act, a legislation introduced by Congresswoman Jamie Herrera Butler.
There are a lot of small forces across the nation that just don't have the resources to bring them, up to a 21st century level, whether it's technology and data or training or recruitment and retention, and this money is going to help them get there.
The funding would amount to $200 million over 4 years. The Congresswoman says it will help shore up mental health resources, training, recruitment and retention, and investments in body-worn cameras.
Law enforcement is on board when it comes to meaningful reform, and we think body cameras are going to help with that.
The Kelso Police Department just approved a camera program. Chief Kirk says that comes at a steep cost for a department their size.
It's not only going to improve transparency with the public, but it's also going to reassure law enforcement that they have some assurances that what happens on calls gets out to the public so that it's accurate and not speculative. So we're hopeful that this legislation passes.
Herrera Butler is hoping to get more co-sponsors for the bill and bring it up for a vote in the House.
All right, Christelle Kumwe reporting live in our newsroom. Thank you so much, Christelle. Well, this is an interesting story. Looking at our climate, researchers are looking into greenhouse gas cycles through local ecosystems. So they're studying bubbles of methane rising from the seafloor in Puget Sound. Previous studies by the University of Washington found methane bubbling up from the outer coasts of both Washington and Oregon. The release in Puget Sound was first found back in 2011, and since then, scientists have been discovering what this means for our region. They found 349 plumes of methane gas bubbling in the estuary. And they say to understand methane release in the atmosphere and control human sources of it, we need to really understand and know about natural sources and how they work.
That says these fault zones are somehow controlling where this methane comes up. Okay. Then the second one is, all right, now you're bringing this methane into the sound. What impact does it have on the environment?
Now, they're not sure exactly yet where the gas is coming from, but it is likely from living organisms. Scientists ruled out the gases being released from the Cascadia subduction zone. Well, some elected leaders in Northern California and in Southern Oregon want the Bureau of Reclamation to replenish water in the Klamath Basin. The region has been in exceptional or extreme drought for years. With the Klamath project getting zero water deliveries, many wells went dry. So some people don't even have basic drinking water. To combat the problem, leaders in Siskiyou, Modoc, and Klamath counties all drafted a letter this month to the commissioner of the Bureau. That letter says going nearly 2 years without water introduced to canals could be catastrophic.
We would like to see a water up plan. We would like to see it today. I did receive a draft that I'm reviewing now from the Klamath Irrigation District. I want to see the Klamath Irrigation District, the Bureau of Reclamation, working together on that plan.
Now, the letter asks the Bureau to replenish dry wells by diverting water to canals as soon as possible. Well, as you probably know, there are many job openings out there, but a lot of them are really tough jobs to fill. Companies are struggling to make those jobs appealing. And as our Tim Gordon reports, restaurants are facing that challenge.
We have seen so much hardship the past 2 years. The closed and out of business signs, a very visible example of the economic pain of this pandemic. Now, as restaurants try to rebound, it is tough.
The restaurant industry has been the hardest hit by folks that have left the industry. I think I saw something as big as 7 to 8% left.
Stephanie Richmond is Senior Vice President of Human Resources for Papa Murphy's. The fresh take-home pizza chain is based in Vancouver with about 1,300 stores, including 55 in the greater Portland, Vancouver area.
We're a great first job for people. We don't have fryers, we don't have ovens. So it allows us to be able to hire anywhere from teens to folks who have a lot of experience in the restaurant industry to run the stores.
Most Papa Murphy's are franchises owned by individuals.
And it's been hard. Our owners have struggled to find folks and keep folks.
Papa Murphy's is not alone. Other food service groups and a variety of industries are struggling to hire.
So the economy right now is in honestly really good shape.
The bigger picture is that the economy is taking off and the job market is wide open.
Hiring has been really at full steam, particularly since the summer.
State economists explain 2021 ended with more than 100,000 job openings in Oregon. Filling them is the challenge.
The biggest constraint in the economy right now is labor. It's harder to find workers today than it was, 2-3 years ago.
So a lot of our stores in the market have seen reduced hours because they don't have people that are willing to come in and work the really busy shift.
Richmond estimates there are at least 100 job openings at local Papa Murphy's, and owners are doing what they can to attract workers beyond offering competitive wages.
I know a lot of them are doing referral bonuses, they're doing hiring bonuses, all kinds of different things depending on the need that they have.
Trying to hire and open up fully. Tim Gordon, KGW News.